Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel, and today I have a little update on my did I ever say that correctly? And today I have an update on my 1 month 1 palette series. For the month of October, I worked through my Z palette, which has all Makeup Geek shadows in it, and I have to say I'm very pleased with how that went. My main goal with this palette during the month of October, I keep wanting to say September, my main goal for the month of October with this palette was to hit pan on one of the shades, which was Peach Smoothie, and oh crap, I just totally nicked one of them. Darn it. So here is Peach Smoothie, the shade that I wanted to hit pan on, and as you can see I hit some major pan on it, which was really exciting. I used this all over the lid to set my primers usually. This shade is a little bit dark for me, so I was mixing it with the shade called Bling that I have in my Finish 9 by New Year's Project pan. And that was working really well together, but I have since finished that shade, which is also really exciting. So I was mixing this with this one here called Shimma Shimma, and this combo was okay. I did kind of like the combo of the Peach Smoothie and Bling a little bit better, but usually these shades were covered up by other shadows, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, I was really excited that I hit so much pan on that one. And then I actually hit pan on two of the other shades. This one is Sensuous, and I also hit pan on Taupe Notch. So just a little bit of pan showing on both of these, but that was really exciting. I didn't have a goal to hit pan on any other shades except the Peach Smoothie, so these were kind of like little bonuses. And then the other goal that I set for this palette was to use every single shade that was in here, and it came down to the wire. I didn't use the last shade until Halloween, but I did use every single shade in here, which I was really happy about. Like I said in my last update, which I will link right here for you in case you want to go watch that one, a couple of the shades were a little bit hard for me to use, like this one, Unexpected. I don't even remember how I used it. I just kind of threw it on my lid one day. But for the most part, I really do enjoy these shadows. I never got bored of this palette, which was really nice. For an all-over look, most days, like just during the week when I was just trying to throw something on real quick, I used this shade called Glamorous. I also used this one called Cinderella a whole bunch, and Karma all over the lid looks really pretty. This is one of the new duochrome ones. I really grew to love that one a whole lot this month. And as far as using all the different foiled eyeshadows in here, in the last update I mentioned how I didn't really like them because they creased on me. Well, I have to say I've definitely changed my mind on those because I used them with my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot as a base, and I must not have been using that before because the times that I did use it this month, they worked really well for me. They didn't crease or transfer or anything. So I'm really happy that I forced myself to use those shades this month so I could rediscover how really cool they are. This one I used on Halloween. This was the one that I used last called Charmed, and I'm really sad that I didn't use this till the very end because all over the lid, this one is really, really pretty. And then I used this one called Starry Eyed. I used that mostly as an inner corner highlight, and that is really, really bright, and that looked really pretty. But overall, I really enjoyed using these for the month. I am going to miss them now that I'm putting them away and pulling out another palette. Alright, so now that we are in the month of November, I've decided to switch it up and pick a different palette, and this is the palette that I will be working on this month. This is from Tarte. It is from their Bon Voyage collection from last Christmas. So unfortunately, you cannot purchase this one anymore. It was limited edition. I haven't used this one as much as I thought I was going to. The shades in here are pretty. I really do like this collection, but some of the shades, some of the actual powders, are just a little bit lackluster to me. Like this pretty silver one down here is just a horrible eyeshadow. There's absolutely no pigmentation on it. It's just a glitter bomb, and like a really subtle glitter bomb, I guess I should say. It basically just doesn't show up at all on your lid. But as far as goals for this palette, I don't know that I really have one. I guess the only one that I have would be to hit pan on this highlight shade here. This one is called Chantilly Lace. I have all the names glued on to the top here because it was one of those overlays, which are horrible. I hate that companies do that, but anyways. So I definitely think I can hit pan on that one. And then this one is the shade that I'm going to be using as a setting shade all over my lid after I put my primer on. So as long as I use it a whole bunch, which I probably will, I probably will hit pan on this one, but I'm not making that an official goal because I haven't used that one too terribly much. As far as like all over lid shades, I have a feeling that these two here are going to be what I reach for the most. This is a really fun green shade. It's a little bit more of like a jade green instead of an olive green, which is typically what I like as far as green eyeshadow goes, but I definitely want to play with that a little bit. This blue shade, it's called Cordon Bleu, Le Cordon Bleu. All the names in here are really, really cute. Sorry, I feel like I'm talking super fast, and I know I usually talk super fast, but I feel like I'm talking even faster than I usually do. Okay, let's slow it down now. So this shade is really pretty. Some of these shades up here are a little bit similar to each other. Like these two really aren't that different, and also these two down here are really, really similar. This one's like a really, really dark gray, and this one is basically a black. But overall, I think I'm going to like using this palette. I think of all the palettes that I've used so far, this would be one that I would get sick of just because I know not all of the shades in here are just an amazing quality. Some of them are pretty good. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and I didn't have any problems with them. I used this color, this color. This is the one that I used all over my lid, and then I darkened the crease with this one. Oh, and then this one here is my transition shade. So I think this look here, it turned out really pretty. It is a little bit dark and bold, so I'm not going to probably do this one a whole lot, especially just during the week when I'm running errands and, you know, taking my son to school or whatever. So like I said, I think I'm probably going to use these two shades the most as far as color goes, besides the one that I'm using to set my lids with, and then the highlight shade, of course. So there is my October-November update on 1 Month 1 palette. I'm really liking this series so far. I like how it's kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone a little bit to use some shadows that I have in my collection that I wouldn't normally use, especially with this one, how I wanted to make sure that I used every single shade. And then with this palette, this just isn't one that I typically reach for very often, so I'm excited to get to play around with this a little bit and maybe even find some hidden gem eyeshadows in here that I really love. So if you're working on one palette this month, I hope it goes really well for you. Feel free to let me know which one you're working on down below. I love hearing about all different makeup-y kinds of things. I do plan on doing another palette for the month of December, but as of right now, going forward into January, I think I am going to attempt to do a Pan That palette. I'm going to start small and do a small palette, but I think that's kind of what I want to do in the beginning of the year. I don't think the palette that I've chosen will take me the entire year to do, so maybe sometime later next year I will pick this series back up again and do some more 1 Month 1 palettes, but we shall see. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. We can also connect on Instagram, and I will leave my link somewhere down there. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!